Bitcoin has finally reached its moment of truth, flirting with the downward sloping resistance line of the tentative descending triangle pattern formation, which, per classical technical analysis theory, is a bearish continuation pattern. Since breaking the parabola and having our blow off top here at roughly the $14,000 region, Bitcoin has struggled to get back up and test new highs. We're currently in a pattern formation of lower high after lower high after lower high. And on a more macro scale, we've also stuck in lower lows. My friends, right now, we are at the proverbial boiling point here. The point where this trend is ready, in my opinion, to either 1, explode to the upside, or 2, just get rejected and plunge deep down into the crypto abyss. But either way, my friends, right now, I'm preparing for a gigantic candle. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the action that we're seeing here right now. My friends, I believe a massive move is upon us. So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice, these are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. Being said, let's begin right here on the 4-hour time frame. As we can all see here, I've got this green box outlined here, which is for me right now the level of serious micro trend support, right? And the reason for this, for me, is we have a lot of candle body closes and opens all along the tops and bottoms of this box specifically. And right now, we are still testing this downward sloping resistance line. And we can see here, ladies and gentlemen, once again, have the bears come in to stick in a tentative lower high here coming up upon our old resistance / support line, right? We can all see what's happened here is that we've turned old levels and old highs into new rejection points, right? Over and over again are we seeing this happen here in this trend. And this, my friends, is what creates the descending triangle pattern formation, right? You stick in a series of lower high after lower high after lower high with a flat line of support along the bottom. Now, we have several times broken through this level. As you can see, we had some wicks there and a bunch of action down here. But for me, this is more so standard deviation from the mean, as here, in my opinion, the bulk of the action and support is being found within inside this green box. So for the time being right now, I'm giving way more credit to the action in here, more so than seeing this as an area that I want to focus on. So although this is a tentatively bearish pattern, which after breaking the flat line of support can lead to an immense sell-off, we also have to take into consideration here, right, and zoom out that although this trend right now does have a micro bearish formation, we have to stay open and remain open to the idea that this is still a parabolic uptrend. And we did have a level of uncertainty here. This range here between roughly 7,500 and 9,000 was incredibly volatile and definitely looked like it could have had some bearish attributes to it, especially when we did have our dump down here with this heinous wick. So for me right now, although we are seeing that this does look like a classic bearish pattern here, it's a little bit unique in the sense that we are still coming off of just an overly exuberant blow off top in a parabolic leg to the upside. So I don't want to rule out that we could see a gigantic candle up here. Now, if we are going to see this continue bullishly to the upside here, in my opinion, what I'm going to want to see here is really, ladies and gentlemen, this high up here get taken out, right? And that is the prior high here at roughly 12,386. So I do want to see a break above 12,400 before really I could speculate that we could run up to test not only the prior high, but even further and beyond that to a new higher high. But this is where it gets tricky, right? Because that's a long way away from the current price at time of recording. Right now, that $12,400 region is roughly a 7% move to the upside from here. So what am I looking at here more so, right? Because what am I going to wait till we get up here? Well, maybe for a long, but the real thing that I want to see here, ladies and gentlemen, is that volume starts to come in here and we look to break through this resistance line. Because if right now we get rejected and fall back down into this green box, this will now be another lower high respecting this downward sloping trend line. And these triangles, they generally do tend to break somewhere between 50 to 70% of the way through the formation the majority of the time. That's kind of just how it works. It doesn't have to be, but very rarely do you see these squeezed to the very end of the formation. Generally, they love to break anywhere from 50 to 70% of the way through the pattern formation. Let's get this crypto. So why I'm saying we're at the boiling point and that I'm expecting a gigantic candle here is because when we look at this formation, look where we are. I mean, we're really getting to a squeezing point here. The sweet spot, I would say, is fair game from where we are at right now to, I mean, just a few more candles deep. And we're really at a point here where a decision is going to have to be made. Are the bulls going to come in with volume and rip this thing to new highs? If we can get above this cluster here, right, the local highs, which is more so at about the $12,100 region. If Bitcoin can break above the $12,100 region, we may begin to get some fireworks here, as this would be the first area that the bulls may come in to speculate once again. And once again, may we see parabola come into play here in this market. But just be aware, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that the market movers here are going to do one of two things, and that's either do a large volume candle to the upside, which, don't get me wrong, this isn't just going to be like one rogue whale. Oh, Kirby, so you're saying that just one whale is going to buy it all the way up? Kirby, buy it all the way up? Listen to me, James. Listen to me, Joe. What I'm saying is that a market mover is probably going to come in with large volume in one direction or the other here, right? And there's going to be a lot of traders with orders stacked above these regions, right? And that's a breakout above the prior local high and or a breakdown below the local lows, right? And when this happens, we get either a cascading waterfall, right, of one, of liquidations, and two, of stop losses selling down, or the other way, you're getting market buys up that get triggered automatically, especially from the bots. A lot of bots and algorithms will have orders placed above these regions here, in my opinion. We've seen it time and time again, and these candles come out of nowhere in 5 minutes, right? I mean, let's just zoom in here. And I want to go into a candle that we saw not very long ago here. If we go in on the 5-minute chart, we'll go over here. Look at this right here, right? When we were testing our last low, we got this 5-minute candle, ladies and gentlemen. And if you put a price range on it, right, from the bottom of this candle up, I mean, we're talking roughly a 3% move just very quickly. And what this does here is it starts a ride up, right? It triggers other bots. It triggers speculation in the market from other traders that begin to FOMO, etc., etc. So I believe that this is going to happen one way or the other. And right now, I want to show some further sentiment here on the RSI, which is leading me to believe that maybe the bulls will come back here. I see on the 4-hour time frame, we still are experiencing levels of positive momentum, right? This is good on the 4-hour. Now, let's go to the 1 day. Here on the 1 day as well, just a little bit of a hidden bullish divergence still, right? We still are experiencing levels of positive momentum to the upside on an upward sloping support. Very good also here, in my opinion. And on the weekly, ladies and gentlemen, this one's going to be important. But if we get that ride up, what we want to see here is the weekly close, which ends in just a few days from now, right? Tomorrow night it ends. We want to see a push up from the bulls and a weekly RSI close above the prior here. The prior weekly close was roughly about, let's see, about a 79. We'll roughly ballpark it at 80, okay? We want to see a close on the RSI above 80, because if we do not, ladies and gentlemen, we might be experiencing a bit of a bearish divergence here as well. But to me right now, if the bulls do get that push, it will look more promising here, in my opinion. Let's get this crypto. All right, so we got the RSIs working for us. We've got that the bulls right now have been defending this green box of support all along the way. Also bullish to me. The only factor that we've got here right now, ladies and gentlemen, is that the high right here at roughly about 12,100 for a break is not the final area of resistance. That, to me, my friends, is the problem, because we could see here that this whole range, in my opinion, is fair game for a rejection, right? If Bitcoin gets above this level, we could see an epic fake out and then a plunge back down into this region, which would be heinous. But you cannot rule it out of the cards right now. So if you are looking to speculate bullishly here, you must understand that you're going to need to have a concrete plan in place. Personally, right now, I'm planning for this break to the upside, and I'm planning for a break to the downside. And I am going to be keeping you all up to date in VIP with every single plan and strategy that I formulate, as I'm looking to take my trades here and crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. Are you going to be the one that, when this giant candle hits this market, are you going to be the one that gets caught like a deer in the headlights? Or are you going to be the one that crushes this market and gets this crypto? Personally, Don Carbonaccio is planning to crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can, and I'm going to be keeping you all up to date in VIP with my trades, entries, exits, targets, strategies, plans, etc., all posted exclusively for you in VIP. So shout out to my VIPs, and shout out to all my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. Right now, for me, it's a dual strategy. I must be prepared that when we break this level, is it going to be a flush rip to the upside? Am I going to take longs in here with risk mitigation? Or am I going to look to short this region for a plunge? On the contrary, if we drop back down into this box, am I going to be looking for a break below the lows to potentially short this down into the crypto abyss? Or am I going to be looking to buy in this region for a potential high reward, low risk, bullish trade for a potential moonshot through, right? You see where my mind is going here? Trading is a 24/7 changing environment. It's ever changing. You have to be ready to adapt and change your strategy on the fly. And right now, I believe many are about to get caught in here, ladies and gentlemen. I was saying it yesterday, and we've even got more squeezed and coiled up into this pattern right now. And I am under the impression here that we are going to get a mega candle, something more along the lines like what I'm outlining right here. Something that's going to definitively bring us through here, as once we hit through a key level, I believe a lot of automatic algo orders are going to be placed. And this is in either direction. A break below the local high or the local low is likely going to send this market into a frenzy. And that is why right now I'm keeping an eye on this market and planning to crush it. I don't plan to get caught like a deer in the headlights here. My strategy is going to be tailored to keep my risk as low as it can possibly be. Sure, things don't always work out, but I'm going to look to take high reward, low risk trade setups here, because I believe this whole trend right now is about to be defined. We're either going to break parabola here definitively and look to test back down, potentially into the low 9,000s and to low 8,000s, and then potentially even correct further than that for a complete bubble pop market cycle back down to the support range, maybe even in the low 6,000s, or the bulls are going to say, nah, Carbonacio, and they're going to look to rip us up through here and test onto new higher highs, which, my friends, for me, the first logical target is the 0.786 Fibonacci extension, which is roughly up around 16,000. Right now, there's a ton to look at here, ladies and gentlemen. We can see right now the Bitcoin dominance is still very high at a 62.5, which I believe is strong for Bitcoin, as the margin and leverage trading platforms generally get the bulk of the action when the Bitcoin dominance is very high, which leads to large price movements and volatility in Bitcoin. We can see here the crypto fear and greed index is still hovering around in this general vicinity, also coiled up and ready for a move, in my opinion, my friends. Bitcoin doesn't love to stay coiled up for very long. When it gets coiled up and the pressure begins to squeeze, this is when you find large market movements that come in very quickly. This is why I'm saying that you got to be prepared here for a gigantic candle. I don't believe this is just going to squiggle around and float up into a region or same to the downside. I believe this is going to be more flush in either direction, right? So don't get caught off guard here. I'm going to be keeping you updated with my plans in VIP as I plan to crush the market and get this crypto. This is where potentially life-changing trades are made, and personally, I am looking to seize upon it and strike upon it as hard as I can, ladies and gentlemen. The saber tooth, Don Carbonacio, is looking to strike like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto. When opportunity presents itself, I look to strike upon it and get this crypto. I will see you all in VIP. Shout out to my VIPs. Here on the Google Trends data, what I'm seeing here as well is that we peaked at June 26th at a 100, which coincided with the top of this trend. And now, my friends, this data goes all the way to July 4th, which was 2 days ago. And we were here on July 4th, as you could see here. That was after our peak, right? July 4th was the peak here, which you would think would have a rise in the Google Trends data, right? As people are FOMOing in, et cetera, but that's not the case. Actually, we still are on a low trajectory here, declining all throughout the week to July 4th. We're going to need to see when the next data comes in to see if this is picked up at all. But as of right now, we are on a declining trajectory here, which is favoring the bears. So there's a lot of conflicting data here. You see what I'm saying? There's sentiment certainly for the bulls, as this could be a consolidation here on a parabolic uptrend ready for the next leg, or on a micro level, we're looking at a blow off top of the parabolic bubble cycle, followed by a micro bearish descending triangle, which upon breaking the bottom line and flat line of support is going to look for a correction and a plunge deep down into the crypto abyss, potentially to test our Fibonacci levels here. At the 382, the 0.5, or the 0.618, which range, anywhere from 9,800 to 8,500 down to the 7,000 region. Let's get this crypto. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, you better have that battle helmet on, the mud boots and the trench coat, because it's time to get this crypto. Don Carbonacio is not looking to squander potentially life-changing opportunity here in this region. I'm going to be trading it aggressively, and I'm going to be keeping you all updated in VIP with every single trade I make, every entry, every exit, every strategy that I formulate. I'm going to be posting it for you in VIP exclusively. Do not be getting caught like a deer in the headlights here. Do not be taking that trip to Liquidation Boulevard with Average Joe and James at the water cooler. You're better than that. You deserve better than that. I'm going to be keeping you all updated in VIP. Today's the day. Are you going to be crushing this market, or are you going to be the one that gets crushed? The choice is yours, my friend. Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from Average Joe into Savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I'm going to be keeping an eye here, guys. Watch the volume. watch for a break of the downward sloping resistance line. As of right now, the bears still have had their hold here. We're going to have to wait and see. All right. So right now, guys, I'm going to get back to my VIPs. I'm getting ready to place some orders here to make some trades and get this crypto. So I will see you all in VIP. Shout out to my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you all in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. Guys, if you could one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Don't get wrecked here, ladies and gentlemen. Expect a potentially large, massive candle in one direction or the other. Prepare to crush the market. If you fail to plan, then your plan is to fail. Don Carbonaccio does not fail to plan. Don Carbonaccio plans to succeed. I will see you all in VIP right now. Shout out to my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.